Hello students, in the last lectures we have discussed about the gas laws, right? Okay, so what are the laws? The first law is the Boyle's law, and the second one is the Charles law, and third one is the Gay-Lussac's law, and the fourth one is the Avogadro's law. Okay, so what is the first law? That is the Boyle's law, right? What is the Boyle's law? The Boyle's law is that very simple, that is at the constant. What is the Boyle's law? The Boyle's law is that at constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure. Okay, that means V is directly proportional to, V is inversely proportional to the 1 by P at constant temperature and N, right? Okay. Right, okay, now we can see few problems on the Boyle's law as well as in the Charles law. Okay, so what is the Boyle's law? In the textbook there is a one problem here. The first problem is that a balloon is filled with the hydrogen at room temperature and it will burst if the pressure exceeds to 0.2 bar. Okay, if at 1 bar pressure the same gas occupies 2.27 liters volume, then up to what volume can the balloon be expanded? Okay, so here you see that carefully there is a balloon, a balloon. Okay, just I am drawing just like it is a balloon, it is a balloon, and this balloon is filled with the a gas, okay, hydrogen gas, that is a hydrogen gas, okay, and that is at room temperature, okay. So that means here the temperature, you assume that it is a constant, the temperature is constant, okay, and when they are filling that hydrogen gas, if that pressure, ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, హైడ్రోజన్ ఫిల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్గా ద గ్యాస్ విల్ బి increases, the pressure will be increases. Okay, so our pressure అనేది, if the pressures exceeds 0.2 bar, then the balloon will burst. Okay, so that means balloon పగలకుండా ఉండాలంటే you have to fill up to only the 0.2 bars. Okay, so 0.2 bar కంటే ఎక్కువైతే ఏమవుతుంది, this balloon will burst. Okay, right, so this is the point what he has given. Okay, and what he is asking, up to what volume can the balloon be expanded? అంటే ఏంటి, ఈ ప్రెషర్ కంటే ఎక్కువైతే ఏమవుతుంది, బెలూన్ బస్ట్ అవుతుంది, అవునా కదా. మరి ఈ ప్రెషర్ వరకు మనం ఎంత వాల్యూమ్ని మనం దాంట్లో ఫిల్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, ఎంత వాల్యూమ్ని మనం ఫిల్ చేయొచ్చు, రైట్. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ హీ ఈజ్ ఆస్కింగ్, రైట్. అప్ టు వాట్ వాల్యూమ్ కెన్ ద బెలూన్ బి ఎక్స్పాండెడ్, ఎంతవరకు ఎక్స్పాండ్ అవుతుంది. సో అంతకు మించి ఏమవుతుంది, మీరు అంతకన్నా ఎక్కువ గ్యాస్ ఇంజెక్ట్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ఆటోమేటిక్గా బెలూన్ అనేది ప్రెషర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ప్రెషర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవ్వగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఏంటి, బెలూన్ అనేది బస్ట్ అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో దట్ మీన్స్ హియర్ వీ నీడ్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ దట్ వాల్యూమ్, ఎంత వాల్యూమ్ అందులో మనం ఫిల్ చేయగలుగుతాం. ఓకే, బట్ he has given additional value, that is if at 1 bar pressure the same gas occupies 2.27 liters. Ante same gas, the hydrogen gas at the same temperature, it occupies 2.27 liters at 1 bar pressure. Okay, so that means same hydrogen, ikkada same hydrogen, ikkada same hydrogen. Okay, so that means ee condition lopata, same condition దగ్గర 1 bar pressure దగ్గర it occupies 2.27 liters. Okay, so that means you assume this pressure as a anything P1 and you assume it as a V1, V1. Okay, so here you see that బెలూన్ లోపల ఎంత ప్రెషర్ మనం ఫిల్ చేయగలుగుతాం, అప్ టు మ్యాక్సిమం ఆఫ్ 0.2 బార్, అంతకు మించి మనం ఫిల్ చేయలేం. ఓకే, అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ ఫిల్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, దట్ బెలూన్ విల్ బికమ్ బస్ట్. ఓకే, సో దీన్ని ఏమనుకోండి అంటే మీరు P2 అనుకోండి. ఓకే, అండ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఎంత, ఆ వాల్యూమ్ ఎంత ఫిల్ చేస్తున్నారో మీకు తెలియదు, యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ దిస్ వాల్యూ. సో యూ అజ్యూమ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఎ V2, ఓకే, సో ఒక కండిషన్ దగ్గర హైడ్రోజన్ గ్యాస్ ఆక్యుపైయింగ్ దిస్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఎట్ పర్టికులర్ ప్రెషర్. ఓకే, సేమ్ గ్యాస్ మరి ఆ బెలూన్ లోపల 0.2 బార్ దగ్గర ఎంత వాల్యూమ్ ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది, ఇది మనం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలన్నమాట. ఓకే, రైట్. సో దట్ మీన్స్ యూ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద Boyle's law, you know that What is the Boyle's law? V is inversely proportional to the 1 by P. Okay, or else that PV is equal to constant. PV is equal to constant. Okay, or in other words, we have written that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, right? Okay, so for these conditions we have to use this equation, P1 V1 is equal P2 V2, right? So here what we have to do, we have to find out the V2, and we have a P1 V1 and P2, right? Okay, so that means what we have to find out, V2. So substitute the P1 value. What is the P1 value? It is a 1 bar. And what is the V1? It is 2.27 liters is equal, what is the P2? It is 0.2 bar into, what is the V2? We need to find out the V2. Okay, so bar cancel, and it is 2.27, that is V2 is equal to 2.27 liters divided by 0.2. Okay, so that is how much? That is around, the V2 is equal to 11.35 liters. 11.35 liters. Okay, so that means here more pressure is there, so that less volume is there. But here you see that here is a very less pressure, that is 0.2 bar pressure is there, so that here it occupies the more volume. Okay, so what is the volume? This much of volume it can occupy. That means a balloon lopata meeru you can fill up to this volume, okay. So meeru intak minchi volume ganaka increase cheste em avutundi, appudu volume increase cheste automatic ga intak minchi meer ekkuva aa balloon lopata fill cheste em avutundi, dani lopata pressure increase avutundi, avuna kada? So volume, pressure increases, so that the balloon can be burst. Okay, balloon anedi burst avutundi, right? So that means, so the balloon burst at 0.2 bar pressure, so that the volume of balloon should be less than 11.35 liters. మీరు 11.35 liters కంటే ఎక్కువగా దాంట్లో ఫిల్ చేయలేరు అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రాబ్లం, రైట్? And next, what is the Charles law? The Charles law, you know that the Charles law is, at constant pressure the volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. This is the absolute temperature. Okay, that is V is directly proportional to the T. Okay, so now we can see a problem on the Charles law also, that is problem 4 point, right? So there is a problem that on a ship sailing in a Pacific Ocean where the temperature is 23.4 degrees centigrade, a balloon is filled with 2 liters of air. So what will be the volume if the balloon when the ship reaches Indian Ocean where the temperature is 26.1 degrees centigrade? Okay, right? What is asking? ఒక షిప్ ఉంది, ఆ షిప్ అనేది ఏమవుతుంది, ఇట్ ఈస్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్ టు ద ఇండియన్ ఓషియన్. ఓకే, సో ఆ వచ్చేటప్పుడు ఏంటి, దాన్ని పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్ దగ్గర ఉన్న పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్ దగ్గర దాంట్లో ఒక బెలూన్ ఫిల్ చేశారు. ఓకే, ఎట్ టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ 23.4 degrees centigrade, రైట్? ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ద బెలూన్ ఈస్ ఫిల్డ్ విత్ ద 2 liters of air, then what will be the volume of the balloon when the ship reaches to the Indian Ocean? మరి ఇక్కడ టెంపరేచర్ ఏంటి, సేమ్ ఉందా? సేమ్ లేదు. యూ సీ here it is a 26.1 degrees centigrade, బట్ పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్లో ఎంత ఉంది టెంపరేచర్? 23.4 degrees centigrade. Okay, and you know that when the temperature changes the volume also changes, right? So what is that relation according to the Charles law? The relation is, the volume is, according to the Charles law, the volume is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Okay, so what is the difference between the normal temperature and absolute temperature? Because here we are always talking about the absolute temperature, right? So absolute temperature means you have to take the temperature in the form of, in the Kelvin scale, in the Kelvin scale. Generally in the normal temperature what we will take? We will take in the 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, so here you have to take in the Kelvin scale. Mari 0 degrees centigrade డిగ్రీ సెంటిగ్రేడ్ని మీరు కెల్విన్ స్కేల్కి యాడ్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? యూ హ్యావ్ టు యాడ్ 273.15. 273.15, then you can get the kelvins. Okay, so that means in this you have to take the temperature, it is in the absolute temperature, so that you have to take in the Kelvin scale, okay. So then now come to the problem. What is the problem? The problem where the balloon, here there is a balloon that is filled at the temperature is, now you assume the Pacific Ocean, at the Pacific Ocean the temperature, so you assume this is the Pacific Ocean, next is the Indian Ocean, right? So Pacific Ocean, the temperature is equal to 23.4 degrees centigrade, okay. And what is the volume? The volume that is filled in the balloon is 2 liters, okay. And coming to the Indian Ocean, what is the temperature? The temperature is equal to how much? It is 26.1 degrees centigrade, right? Okay, so it is 26.1 degrees centigrade, so that the temperature is increase. So temperature increase aithe emotundi, automatically volume also should be increased. That we have to find out, okay. What is the volume that is there in the balloon, okay. So we need to find out. You assume it as a T1 and it is a V1, then it is a T2 and it is a V2, okay. And what is the relation? According to the Charles law, V is directly proportional to the T, or else V by T is equal to constant, right? Or else there is a one more relation, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2, right? V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So you can use this relation, right? So ikkada enti meeku V1 undi, T1 undi and T2 undi, but you don't know the V2, right? Okay, so mari T1 T2 direct ga teeskundama, T1 T2 direct ga teeskuntara? No, first you have to convert these into the Kelvin scale, okay. So how can you convert that? You have to add the 273, forget about the 0.15, you add the 273, okay. So that means the T1 is equal to 23.4 plus 273. How much it is? It is 296.4 kelvins, right? Okay. And coming to the T2, what is the T2 value? That is 226.1 plus 273, okay. So what is the value here? It is 299.1 kelvins, okay. This is the T1 and this is the T2. So now right now you have a V1 value. What is the V1? V1 is equal to 2 liters. And what is the T1? This is a 296.4 kelvins, and that is equal to V2. V2 you have to calculate divided by what is the T2? That is 299.1 Kelvin. So Kelvin become cancel, and find out the V2 value. The V2 value here it is 2.018 liters, right? So this is the volume that is there in the balloon, okay. So మరి ఇక్కడ చూడండి మీరు, పసిఫిక్ ఓషన్ నుంచి ఇండియన్ ఓషన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ ఏమైంది? టెంపరేచర్ ఈజ్ ఇంక్రీజ్. సో టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ ఏమవుతుంది అకార్డింగ్ టు ద చార్లెస్ లా? వెన్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజెస్ obviously volume has to be increased, okay. So earlier it is a 2 liters, now here it is 2.018 liter. That means the volume is increased of around 0.018 liters, okay. So that it is correct. Whatever that you have done, the problem is correct, okay. So like this you have to do the problems, right? So coming to the next topic, that is the ideal gas equation. Okay. So before going to the ideal gas equation, first of all we should know that what is an ideal gas. What is an ideal gas? Okay. So what is an ideal gas? The ideal gas is that very simple, a gas that follows Boyle's law, Charles law, Avogadro's law strictly, then you can call it as an ideal gas. That gas you can call it as a ideal gas, okay. But actually in real conditions there is no such gas. It is a hypothetical, okay. So but what are all the gases? Those gases you call it as a real gases. Those gases you call it as a real gases. Okay, so what is this real gas? This real gas, generally this follows the above laws. It is also follow the above laws, but it under certain conditions, not at all the conditions. Okay, at certain conditions only it can follow the Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro's law. But what is the ideal gas? At all the conditions it has to be follow all the laws very strictly, right? So that means there is no such gas in the universe like that. So that ideal gas is a, whatever that we are going to read is a hypothetical gas. Okay, so why there is no ideal gas is that we are going to read in the next consequent lessons. Okay, because in generally in between the gas molecules, you know that there are some intermolecular forces. Okay, so initial ga nenu cheppanu intermolecular forces aneti gases lopata negligible ani, but still there is a some force of intermolecular attractions. Okay, so వాటిని కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటే ఏంటి మనం, so there is no ideal gas in the universe. Okay, so what are the gases then? Those are all real gases. Okay, so what is the real gas? Real gases can only follow all the above laws at certain conditions, and at all other situations these deviate from the ideal gas behavior. Okay, so don't worry about the real gas. First you should know that what is the ideal gas. Okay, and now we can go to the ideal gas equation. Okay, right. So what is the ideal gas equation? You know that what is an ideal gas, but what is the ideal gas equation is that very simple. It is the combination of the three gas laws. What are the three gas laws? That is the Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro's law. Okay, not Boyle's law, Charles law and Gay-Lussac's law. Sorry, not the Avogadro. Sorry, it is only Avogadro's law. Okay, so the combination of the three gas laws lead to the development of an equation which relates to the four parameters like volume, pressure, absolute temperature and a number of moles. Okay, so that means this equation is known as a ideal gas equation. That means very simple, you have to mix or combine the three above laws. What are those? One is the Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro's law. What is the Boyle's law? The Boyle's law is the V is inversely proportional to the 1 by P, and Charles law is V directly proportional to the absolute temperature, and Avogadro's law is the V, the volume is directly proportional to the number of moles or number of molecules at constant P and T. Okay, so now what you have to do, you have to combine all these three laws, Okay, so what is that law? You see that V, here it is a V, volume is there. Okay, so that means volume is inversely proportional and directly proportional. So when you combine it, what you will get? You can get directly proportional, that is number of moles into absolute temperature, and the P is inversely proportional, so that V is directly proportional to the NT by P, right? Okay, so this is the equation. But here when you remove the directly proportional, you need a constant, right? So what is the constant? The constant is R. Okay, so the R is nothing but it is a universal gas constant. Okay, that we are going to be read, don't worry. So here the constant is the R. V is equal to R into NT by P. R, just a small modification, you take this P into the left side, that is PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to nRT. So this is nothing but an ideal gas equation. Okay, so now the R, the important thing is that here the P, you know that pressure, V is the volume, N is the number of moles, and T is nothing but the absolute temperature that you have to take into the kelvins. Okay, so what is the R? The R value is same for all the gases. Okay, the R value, the constant, obviously, right? The constant should be same for all the gases. Okay, so that is the reason why it is called, they call it as a universal gas constant. Okay, so finally what is the ideal gas equation? That is PV is equal to nRT, right? Okay, now come to the numerical values of R. Generally R is a constant, right? R is a constant, so that it also has some value. It has also some value at STP. What is the STP? The STP is nothing but it is the standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. Okay, here let's see that what is the STP. It is nothing but standard temperature and pressure. Then what is the standard temperature? The standard temperature is 0 degrees centigrade or 273 kelvins, right? What you have to do? You have 273 to the 0. So both are same, 0 degrees or 273 kelvins. And what is the standard pressure then? The pressure is 1 atmosphere or 760 mmHg. 760 mmHg. That you call it as a STP condition, standard temperature and pressure conditions, right? Okay. Generally at STP, 1 mole of any gas occupies certain value, that 22.414 liters of value, because you know that this is the Avogadro's law, right? At constant temperature and pressure, all the same amount of gas occupies the same amount, any different type of gas with the same mass occupies the same amount of the volume. Of course this is not, here you don't require, just you need to know what is the standard temperature and what is the standard pressure. Okay, what are the STP conditions? Okay, right. So what are the STP conditions? Standard temperature, right? So the temperature here I am taking the 273 kelvins. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are finding the R value. How you can value, how can we find out the R value? Is that very simple. What is the ideal gas equation? That is PV is equal to nRT, right? So very simple, R you take it PV by NT, then you can get the R value, right? So P value substitute, V value substitute, and you substitute the N value and T value, then you can get the R value, right? Okay, so what is the P then? What is the N? You take it as a 1 mole. You take it as a 1 mole. And what is the P at STP, standard temperature and pressure? What is the standard pressure? That is 1 atmosphere. And what is the standard temperature? That is 273 kelvins. And just now I told you that at 1 atmosphere pressure, at standard temperature and pressure, any 1 mole of gas, or else you remember this, you write somewhere, right? 1 mole of gas occupies 22.4 liters of volume. 22.4 liters of volume. Okay, so then substitute the R is equal to, what is that? PV by NT. PV by NT. So what is the P? 1 atmosphere. V is a 22.4 liters divided by N, 1 mole, 273 Kelvin. So what you can get? You can get a value of 0.0821 liter atmosphere mole inverse Kelvin inverse, or Kelvin inverse mole inverse. So these unit is very important. Any problem, when you go to the any problem, the R value is very constant, universal constant, so that this number, this value is also very important. Okay, and the next, in another point of, in the another units. Okay, so if the P value and T value, if the V value is given in the liters atmosphere, then the R value is this. If suppose the P value is given in the Newton meter square and the V value is given in the meter cube, okay, so then what is the R value? What is the R value? Okay, and you know that just to find out the R value, what is that? You have to take R is equal to PV by NT. Okay, so here you have to substitute the P in the Newton meter square, Newton per meter square, and V is in the meter cubes. Okay, so what is the V? V is a 22.4 liters. Avuna kada? So generally what is the 1 liter? The value, the conversions, you know that in the earlier first lesson only that is there. Okay, sorry, in the first lecture it is there. Okay, so the 1 liter is nothing but 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. 10 to the power of minus 3 meter cube. Okay, right. So here what is the 1 atmosphere? That is equal to 1.01325 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. Okay, right. So very simple, you substitute these values. this V value and P value in the equation, right? Okay, so when you substitute like this, what is the R? The P value is 1.0101325 into 10 to the power of 5 newtons per meter square into 22.4 into 10 to the power of minus. This is the volume, and the remaining is the same. That is, our N value is same and T value also same. Okay, so when you do that, you can get a value 8.314, and a meter square and meter cube. So that cube cancel. Then you can get only 1 meter. So Newton meter, mole inverse, Kelvin inverse. Then what is the Newton meter? It is nothing but a joule. It is nothing but a joule unit. Okay, so that is the R value is equal 8.314 joules moles inverse Kelvin inverse. Yes, this is also a very important value, Okay, so two values you have to remember. The first one is in the liter atmosphere, the R value is 0.0821, and in the joules the R value is 8.314. Okay, so these are the R values. Okay, yes. Come to the next one. Suppose there is a gas, if that at a particular conditions it occupies certain volume with the pressure. Okay, so just you see that if the temperature, volume and pressure of a fixed amount of gas vary from T1 V1 and P1 to T2 V2 and P2, and P2, then we can write it as, how we can write is very simple. What is that? What he is telling is that very simple. So there is a fixed amount of gas. You assume that the amount of gas is equal to the 1 mole of gas. There is a 1 mole of gas at one place. So this is a 1 mole of gas. Here it is at one place. Here the pressure is equal to P1 and the volume it is occupied is the V1, and the temperature is nothing but at T1 at these conditions. Okay, but after some time this is somewhere it is expanded. Okay, and when it expands, generally the pressure can vary, right? Pressure changes, P is equal to P2, volume also changes, V2. You let us assume temperature is also changed, so that means it is T2. Okay, so now you have a relation according to the ideal gas equation, right? Okay, what is the relation is that for the same gas at these conditions, okay, what is that? P1 V1 is equal to, or P1 V1 by T1 is equal to NR, right? Okay, you can write the NR T1, but T1 I am taking here. P1 V1 by T1 is equal to NR, and at the same time for this gas also the relation is P2 V2 by T2 is equal to NR, right? And here is also same NR and NR, so that you can write cancel this when they are equal to each other. Okay, so with me this is saying you write it equal, P1 V1 by T1 is equal P2 V2 by T2, by T2, right? There is a relation, right? Okay, so meeku gas anedi expansion aina ledu, in some conditions it is compressed. మీరు కంప్రెస్ అయినా కూడా ఒక కండిషన్ లోపల మీకు P1 V1 T1, ఇంకొక కండిషన్ లోపల P2 V2 కనుక తెలిస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద T2 వాల్యూస్, రైట్? ఓకే, లేదు ఇక్కడ మీకు P2 T2 తెలిసినా కూడా యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద V2 values in the problems. Okay, so this is the importance of this equation. If you know the values even in the expansions or in the compressions, okay, you can find out the other value, right? Okay, so that is here that P1 V1 by T1 is equal P2 V2 by T2, right? And there is a one more relation, that is with the density and molar mass of the gases, density and molar mass. Okay, but before going to that, you know that what is the N? The N is nothing but the number of moles. The number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass, mass of that gas divided by molar mass of that gas. Okay, so that is W by M, that is W by M. Okay, but you know that what is the ideal gas equation? The ideal gas equation is PV is equal nRT, right? Okay, so in this there is a n, right? So instead of the n you substitute the mass by molar mass. Okay, so that is mass by molar mass. Here we have substituted. Okay, very simple. Now what you have to do is that you take this m here and the volume you take it down. Okay, so that is P is equal to W by V. Sorry, m is here only. P is equal to W by V. You take this V here and P is equal to W by into RT by M. So what is the W by V? Mass by volume. The mass by volume is nothing but the density, right? So that is P is equal to density into RT by M. RT by M. Okay, so now what you have to do, you take this M left side and take the pressure into the right side. Okay, so that is M is equal to dRT by P. dRT by P. So what is this equation? Is that very simple. With this we can calculate the molar masses of unknown gases. Molar masses of unknown gas. Sometimes what they will ask is that, so there is a gas, it will expand. Okay, so when they are expanded, right, so certain changes he will tell you that the temperature this much it changes and the pressure is also changes like this. Okay, and he will ask you that what is the density, what is that gas. So how you know what is that gas? First you should know that molar mass of that gas. So meeku okkasari molar mass of the gas teliste meeku మీరు ఈజీగా చెప్పగలుగుతారు what is that gas. Okay, so that is the reason this is the problem's point of view, this equation is important. Okay, so this equation and the above equation, these two are very very important in the problem's point of view. Okay, so now we can see a problem in the ideal gas equation. That is, the problem is at 25 degrees centigrade and 760 mm Hg pressure, a gas occupies 600 ml volume. Okay, then what will be its pressure at a height where the temperature is 10 degrees centigrade and the volume of the gas is 640 ml, right? Okay, so what is telling that at 25 degrees centigrade and 760 mm Hg, right? So that means here it is occupying 600 ml volume. So you assume this is totally a set of, it is totally a one set. Okay, so that means you assume that there is a gas here, and this gas here, it is the temperature at 25 degrees centigrade, it is at the pressure again 760 mm Hg. Hg ante mercury. Hg is nothing but mercury. Okay, so what is the volume it is occupying? It is occupying 600 ml. Okay, so you assume it is a T1, P1 and V1, and what will happen, the same gas, what will be its pressure at height where the temperature is 10 degrees centigrade. Okay, so in other conditions where the temperature T2 is equal 10 degrees centigrade and the volume V2 is equal 640 ml, and what he is asking that where the pressure is equal to how much, same amount of gas. Okay, and you know that according to the ideal gas equation, you know the relation P1 V1 by T1 is equal P2 V2 by T2, right? Okay, so what is the P1 V1? P1 is this much, V1 is this much. Okay, right? And P2 is you have to find out, V2 is the 640 ml. But whatever the T1 T2, do 25 degrees centigrade and 10 degrees, shall we take same like that only? No, right? We have to convert that into the Kelvin scale. So you have to add 273 in the both the cases. Okay, so that means you can see the problem that P1 V1 by T1 is equal P2 V2 by T2, that you have to find out the P2 value. Okay, so that means P1 is equal 760 mm Hg and V1 is 600 ml. T2 is nothing but, T2 here it is the 10 plus 273, that is 283, and divided by T1, that is the 640 ml and 298 Kelvin. So finally what you got, the pressure is a 676.6 mm Hg. Okay, so with this, whatever the ideal gas equation is over. In the next class we are going to see the Graham's law, that is here it is there, right? Graham's law of diffusion. Okay.